Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
You know, it might be the caffeine talking, but I can't lie that in life, whenever I lose, it's always preparation for when I eventually win. And you know, if you're within the sound of my voice, that must mean you're in the seats with once more. As always, my name is Dave Voigt, and I'm the host of this podcast, where we sit down with a wide-ranging variety of entertainment industry professionals, and we pick their brain about current projects, state of the industry, how they got started, and so very much more in a light and in a conversational fashion. And you know, if you like how we do things around here, I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you do, because quite frankly, you're listening right now. And if you are, do us that kindness and hit subscribe. Hit the old subscribe button, give us the thumbs up, the 5-star rating on your podcast provider of choice. We're available pretty much everywhere, places like Apple, Amazon, Spotify, Google. And plus, we archive every single one of our episodes over at our In the Seats YouTube channel, so if you can give us a like and subscribe there as well, we would absolutely appreciate it. Also, don't hesitate to check us out on social media. We're on the Facebook, we're on the Twitter, we're on the Instagram, we're on the Letterboxd, we're on the TikTok, and, well, hell, we're probably on a few other things too. Where else would we be? We're at In the Seats for all sorts of fun updates. And finally, and I do dare say most importantly, please pay us a visit over at intheseats.ca for all the latest and greatest from the world of film, television, basically the moving image at large. Because guess what? If we love to watch it and write about it and talk about it, we love it even more when you come by and read about it and listen about it. So do us that kindness and pay us a visit. We got a real treat for you on this episode. We are diving back into the world of Ted Lasso, and we are talking to the one and only Sam Ryder, who did the song in season 3 that everyone got behind. It was a big moment in the show called Fought and Lost, and it's such a fun song, and it was so key for the moment in the show as well, and just really sort of put things in perspective without giving any spoilers away. But we had the pleasure of sitting down and talking with Sam about the origins of the song and getting involved with the show, and so very much more. He's a very humble and fascinating guy, and I mean, we were so happy to talk to him because, I mean, again, I think this guy's going to have a big future. There's a lot of stuff going on for him, and I mean, and when, you know, hitching your wagon to Ted Lasso is not a bad thing. It's one of those shows that is engendering such positive and warm feelings that, you know, if you haven't watched Ted Lasso, like, get out from under your rock and start watching Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus, because quite frankly, it is one of the best shows out there. But first, enjoy our talk with the Emmy nominated songwriter and performer Sam Ryder, to talk about Fought and Lost from Ted Lasso season 3. But that's it for me. Enjoy our talk, and like I said, go sign up for Apple TV Plus and watch Ted Lasso. It's totally worth it. But enjoy our talk with Sam. You'll have fun. Sam, how you doing today, man? Thanks for the time. I really appreciate this.
Hey, mate, it's a pleasure. How you doing?
I'm good, man. And I mean, I guess the first question is, I mean, just first off, obviously, congrats on the song. And I mean, you're involved on the show. But I mean, my first question is, what came first, the song or the phone call from the show?
The song came first. So there was kind of talk, you know, like that Ted Lasso, the show, needed a song. And I was in the studio with Tom, who is involved in the show, and Jamie. So we thought, let's have a crack at it, you know. And we wrote this song, you know, based on, for me, by the way, I'd never seen an episode of Ted Lasso at this point. So I was totally new. I'd heard a lot about it, and I'd heard good things, let me say. But I just hadn't had the time, because last year we were flying all over the place, and I was home for about 12 days in total, the whole year. So it was on my to-watch list, but I just hadn't got around to it. But I think actually that worked really personally for me, my favor, because I wasn't trying to write to something. I was just basing it off of my experience. And therefore it felt more, hopefully, authentic. And I'm guessing it worked because, as you know, the song had been picked up for it. And now we're sat here with an Emmy nomination. So I'm absolutely blown away. I'm thrilled, stoked, excited, grateful more than anything else, and so just feel so happy that a song that means so much to myself and my co-writers has been used in tandem with this show that promotes such wholesome and gorgeous values like that. I think all of us as human beings like aspire to live with.
For sure. No, man, absolutely. I mean, that dovetails right into my next question, because everyone who I've gotten to talk to, who's been involved in the show in any kind of way, has just talked about how loving and warm and just sort of such a family atmosphere it's been. Like, how has it been for you to sort of transition from what I can imagine the meat grinder of Eurovision is to this sort of warm hug of a situation in Ted Lasso?
Well, you know what I would say, as maybe from an outside perspective, you'd think that Eurovision was a meat grinder, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say that actually shares a lot of these wholesome values and feelings that Ted Lasso does. And the reason why Eurovision is also like a warm hug is because a lot of time in the music industry, in the entertainment business, crowds will flock to sort of pour their adoration and energy and like praise onto a single entity or a single band or artist on the stage, whereas Eurovision is not that. It's about people coming together from all walks of life, pouring their support to every single artist that steps on the stage. None are more sort of important than the other, and in that way it lifts everyone up. It gives those people that have been courageous enough to, frankly, to step on stage for 3 minutes and sing in front of a camera that's going out to 200 million people.
Yeah.
Gives them the respect and the sort of, the encouragement that they deserve. It lifts them up the same way that Ted Lasso as a show kind of inspires us to lift others up, no matter what they're going through in life. So in that way, they're very similar. And I think that's lovely.
Now, I mean, Sam, just to put a bow on this, there are some like iconic sports songs that have been out there in the universe, either in like pop shows and culture, or even just in sporting events. And I feel like this is going to be one of those. But at the same time, you got to make this track with Brian May, who's one of those guys who've been on some of those iconic sports songs. Was that a bit of a pinch me moment?
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, it's like, and the song's about following your dreams, right? No matter what life throws at you, no matter how many times you fall down, you fail, you're told no. And the fact that Brian May is on this song, my favorite guitarist from my favorite band on the planet in history, I can't think of another reason for people out there that may be listening to this or watching this to remind themselves, keep following your dreams, because like it might take a long time. In my case, it took a long time to get to this point, longer than most in this music industry, like what we call, people usually find their feet and find recognition quite early in their lives, and if they don't, they kind of get cut off.
Exactly.
I'm glad that didn't happen for me, and that I have the life experience now to be in this situation and to really recognize like when the golden age is happening. Let me tell you, it's right now, and I'm stoked. And what a reminder, like I said, to keep following your dreams. You never know what's going to happen.
Sam, man, you and this show are perfect examples of just don't give up. And I mean, Sam, honestly, congrats on the nomination. And again, thank you so much for the time today.
Bless you, man. Peace. Thank you.
And don't forget to visit our friends over at Bay Street Video for all your DVD, Blu-ray rental, or purchasing needs this summer, as they are still open for curbside and some mailing delivery as well. Over at 1172 Bay Street, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, you can give them a call at 416-964-9088. That's 416-964-9088. Or send them an email at baystreetvideoto@gmail.com for any of your DVD and Blu-ray needs.